Hello everyone! Welcome back to another live stream here on the Twitch.tv/Xisuma. We've got the absolute most jollity of music right now. It's Kate Siv's theme. We're continuing with the Final Fantasy VII music. Such a good choice. I'm loving it. I don't know why I'm looking at it. I know exactly what we're doing. We have a plan. Xisuma. You have a plan? I have a plan, people. I have a plan. The plan is what we'll do. We also got bananas in chat from Billman68 and Evstoru, letting me know that we're live, as well as Heart Gamer. Thank you so much for the bananas. Bananas let me know that we're live. Bananas also make me feel hungry. Maybe not right now, though. I just eaten. Feel pretty full. Feel pretty good. Did you really just catch the stream beginning while watching a replay of the president's stream? No, you're dreaming. You fell asleep. That's what's going on right here. Sorry to break it to you, homie. You're having a snooze. What did I eat? I hit food! Can you believe it? So strange. I had some salad with some curried fish and some rice. For dessert, I had a protein yogurt and some kefir and fruit. Pears. Tasty. Powerboz! Welcome to the stream, my dude. Big Papa House tuning in with some bananas. I'm seeing familiar names today. Familiar names. Happy Pancake, welcome. Night Daz. Oh, Everstreet, you currently have a curry. Yum, yum. Yum, 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 yum. Curries are tasty. Let's go over here and do the thing. Ain't no thing but a chicken wang. El Noob says I am unemployed. I'm sorry to hear that, my dude. I hope you're looking. I hope you find some employment. Having some work in life is good. Taking pride in whatever you've got to do as well. I was chatting to my mate about this the other day. We've been chatting a lot about life stuff and how like just taking pride in having a job and doing it well does so much for you. Curried fish, interesting. Never had it myself. So if you've ever cooked meat, mainly things like chicken and fish. I thought we were getting a little less because I'm stood on this block. It's like they stay there and then you have to drop down to get it. This could probably do with a little bit of redesign, to be fair. Maybe I'll redesign it and put it in a nook in the wall. Anyway. So like chicken and fish, you can marinate them. You can marinate them in things like soy sauce, and then you can also use some curry powder and some flour. And so that's how you do like deep fried chicken. If you do it at home, it's not going to be quite the same because you're not deep frying it, but you can put it in a frying pan. And then that's what curried fish is like, you know. There's probably several different ways of doing it. How did this stuff get to like the back side of this thing? I'm not sure. Is there like one more that deserves some? You? Oh yeah, that one right there. That's why there's sort of a gap. Yeah, he wants some there as well. I think it might have not had any in the bottom one, and now it's technically running slightly faster. What's my go-to kebab? I don't know. I don't really have kebabs too often. Kebab and salad, though. If you get a good one, dang. Nice meal right there. Yeah, let's not talk food. I feel like although I've eaten, some days you just feel really hungry, you know? I've eaten loads of food today. You did just crush some smoked salmon with soy sauce. Banging. That sounds like a good way to do it. Don't forget dripping it in cornstarch before pan frying or baking makes it outside crispy. Isn't cornstarch one of those foods to avoid? It sounds like one of them. Not that I really know. Just if you were to ask me, I would have thought that sounds like one of the bad ones. I'm gonna leave that there. That, you know, I was gonna say this will be plenty. It might not for what we're doing today. We'll have to wait and see. It feels like a lot, but then I always undercook it, you know. Not like my food. I don't undercook my food, people. See, there was a link there. There was kind of a link. Hey, so you ever heard the theory of Music King? It's basically the idea that music isn't a thing. Instead, it's an action. Like, music is a thing we do both creating and listening to. I haven't, and by saying, like, the idea that music isn't a thing and that it's an action is kind of like... You're not saying... Like, saying something is a thing is not a great starting premise for, like, saying it's not something. Right? Like, if I say, like, left and right aren't directions that you can, like, universally express, i.e., how do you explain left and right? Like, which direction is left and which direction is right to someone who's never been exposed to that idea before? Right, you're probably thinking, well, you look forward and this side's your left side, right? But imagine you can't point, right? Like, just with language. What's like a fundamental thing? See, if I say left and right isn't really a thing, I'm not even saying what the thing is. Left is the left hand. How would you know which one's your left hand? Left is where your thumb is right. Don't know what that means. Again, like, you're talking about expressing it to someone who doesn't understand left or right. Left is the L hand. They're both an L, from whatever perspective you look at it. Anyway, maybe it's not the best analogy, but the point is, like, if your premise is, hey, this thing isn't blank, it's something else. Because just saying it isn't a thing, that's very bland. That's very broad. I don't know what that means. Yo, Dante Red Eye, thank you so much for 72 months, my dude. Very much appreciate your support and hope you're going to enjoy the stream today. I have a feeling that I'm going to end up using candles as well. Let me maybe prep a little bit more before we head out of here. Before we head out the door. Started to rhyme a little bit. Let me prep a little bit before we head out the door. Okay, get some candles. As far as dyes goes, in terms of, like, options, red. I'm very dye poor at the moment. Dyeing is something we're going to work on this stream. I'm going to be throwing myself off a cliff. What? Music isn't a noun, it's a verb in the theory of musicking. You know, I was never good at language, noun and verbs. I can barely tell the difference between them. Like, I probably will if someone explains it to me. But I think what you were trying to say is, okay, noun and verb, it's like a thing and an action. Like an object and an action, right? I'll have to look into it. It'll probably interest me. Does something exist if it's not physical or explainable? What, like, well, maths isn't physical, is it? Oh my god, I got a gorgeous cup of hot tea here, people. And it is time for some slurpiness. Time for some slurpiness. Some of y'all still chatting on the left and right thing. Before you try and, like, come up with the answer as if, oh no, it's easy. Try and think about how hard it is to explain to some, like, a person who's never been introduced to the concept of having a left and a right side. You have to be taught it, and you're taught it through language. But that means, like, someone's pointing at you and going, this is your left side. So, like, how would you communicate it if you couldn't point? Like, I'm talking about, like, a fundamental underlying principle to explain, like, left and right. Selt Sam Freundlich. What an amazing name. I hope I did it justice. Thank you for gifting 5 subs, peeps. If you got gifted one, just swing by and check. If you're listening, swing by and check and say thanks if you got one. We always appreciate a gifting of a sub. Appreciate your generosity, my dude. This is like explain the color purple to someone who has been blind from birth. It's subjective. It's a little bit like the whole, like, is the red that I see the red that you see? Can't you describe with the left and right sides of a flowing river, says Lil Bro Codes. I like where you're going. You're trying to think of something, but like, so which side's the left and which is the right? Like, in language, you can just flip it. Depends the way it's flowing. I think the point is, like, without something fundamental underlying it, like, it can just be flipped. Some good tea right there. All right, we've got a job to do today, people. Oh my god. Oh my god. Example of the job that we have to do. We have Creeper literally here. And it came from probably somewhere up there. So, we're going to use a little bit of two cheaty things today. We are going to put down glow like in and make the hill glow. And we're going to put some lights around the spot. That's why I got some candles here today. I was thinking about dyeing the candles. I don't want to have just torches placed down like this. So we're going to light up the place. Like, red candles on top of these might look pretty cool. I might actually do away with this bit. That feels like a design hangover from maybe... Actually, it's different from that bit. Maybe we'll just put... Oh, look at your eyes. Look at your eyes. They're giving away where you are. I haven't seen, like, an invisible spider in a long time. It appears that, like... Yeah. Not a lot of hermits on, and I'm in my area, so... No surprise to see we've got issues over here. Invisible spider, yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing in Minecraft. I'm just going to, for now, dye some of these red. Da-da-da. Now, I feel like 2... Yeah, ain't enough. 3... Thor might be a little too bright for the night, but I can always come back and change it later. It's one of the things about lighting in this game is it can be a bit much sometimes, right? You can have too much. If we start with 3, see, it does an all right job. If I put the next one here, we might get away with it. Yeah, we kind of get away with that there. All right, that'll work, I think. For now. Another beautiful song. We're probably gonna have like a light source in here eventually. I'm gonna have to maintain this a lot. Actually, no, the windows don't have light sources, so I could put down a couple of carpets there. That's another little trick for this area. The occasional bit of carpet. Your throat has been sore the last few days and it's annoying. Yeah, sore throats are annoying. I had a bit of a twinkle. Don't know quite what the right word is, but you know, a bit of something this morning. Wait. Oh, it's the ender chest light that's messing with it now. I had a little something this morning and I was a little bit worried that it might mean that I'm gonna come down with something, you know? Like I'm a bit under the weather, but it went away. It went away. I would like one of those, please. And then, again. I'm so over just opening and closing inventories and stuff. I kind of wish it was all a bit more ethereal. Like, I want to place mangrove, you know, you just could just select it and it pulls it from your infinite inventory. I'd be like, ah, peace at long last. Yeah, now I need to strip the damn thing. You see what I mean? See what I mean? Like, you just can't do little things without a lot of hassle. That was my last. So now I need a crafting bench. See what I mean? I'll forget what I'm doing in 5 minutes. There'll be so much of this. Oh, there's a block above my head, right. Yo, Mystery Raven, thank you ever so much for 8 months of the Amazon Prime. Appreciate you, my dude. Hope you're enjoying the stream. How are we doing? I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Alright, so then here, we got some of those back, so it would be... And then maybe for good measure, I'd just put 3 there as well. But this is kind of where the whole thing's ending. And I've been considering tweaking this a little bit. But I think what we should do is probably just embrace the lack of space a bit here. Yeah, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to... Wait. I'm going to get 1 more log. Because I didn't anticipate doing this, you see. We'll make some stairs. Okay, so we're going to have a gap of 1 on this final bit. I'll put that there, and then we'll have some more candles just here. Alright, and then that will go like that. And then there'll be some other sort of thing across there. And now we can forget about all the little details, because when we get to this area, things are going to be way more temporary. As I'm not even like working on this area yet, right? So we'll just put glow lichen on the path. I'll do the same over here. Like eventually that area will be lit up properly. So now that we've taken care of the paths out the front properly, on the inside, we're just going to come here and throw down a torch for now. It kind of does the job. More candles. You like the candles then? The candles are alright, aren't they? They're alright. Yeah, so the inventory, as always, needs a little bit of cleaning. But we should be done with that building distraction for the time being. The plan was really just to spam the glow lichen everywhere, you know? Gonna need that back because it's nighttime. Snowflake of says Mumbo being 30 means he was barely 19 when joining Hermitcraft. Is he celebrating his 30th? Happy birthday, Mumbo. What do you think the best solution to Mojang's inventory problem would be? You know, I say it so many times, I'm like a broken record, but it's about just making a drastic departure from the current system, I think. I think they've got to think like, imagine you're designing a new game tomorrow. You're not going to pick this inventory system. Be bold, be brave, and give it a real good change up. But I don't think they're going to do that. I'm kind of worried. I haven't played Hytale yet, by the way. I think I'll get around to playing it today. Sorry, tomorrow, or the day after. It's looking like, but it kind of looks like I've seen tiny little glimpses. I haven't tried to watch too much of the game because I want to enjoy it for myself a bit more. It kind of looks like it's got a similar inventory to Minecraft, and that concerns me a little bit because I don't want to experience more of the same faff. Inventory faff, you know? Not my thing. Hytale's a very similar system, barely any differences. 1 extra inventory row, stacks to 100, crafting from chests. Interesting. Same issue, different game. Honestly, it could be something that really turns me off from it, because I'm sick to death of inventory management. Like, spending all this time in a GUI, just trying to solve the problem of, I had an idea, and now the time between me executing that idea is, like, compromised by faff. By absolute faff. As we redo the area that I'm currently going over, like, this glow lichen won't be permanent. But for now, I think it is beneficial to make the whole area around our base a little safer. God, this music's so good. So good for the vibes. Alright. I'm not going to focus too much on this area because I was supposed to be doing the hilly bit behind us, but that feels a little nicer for now. Oh, and talking of distractions, some of the turtles managed to escape from out of here, believe it or not. And then they started trampling on my crops. So another job that I have on the list to do is a little bit of seed planting. I think we're going to end up flying back into the base to look for some seeds. Let's whiz over there. Also, I think my Happy Ghast, I haven't used my Happy Ghast, right? 2 things I need to do this season for building is use the Happy Ghast and use shelves. And when I say use shelves, I mean for inventory management. And... ah, man, I really haven't taken up that opportunity at all. The turtles got revenge for being trapped. I guess they did, but, like, how did they get out of there? You also can't lead turtles, which I thought was, like, really odd. Like, why can't you leash a turtle? Right, so in terms of trampled crops, one made its way over here. As you can see. Look. These dirt blocks. They're evidence. They're evidence of a crime. Over here, though, it was a bit more sparse. But I kind of felt like the transition here could have done a little bit more anyway, so we'll do that. It's actually not looking too bad, this spot. This bit here feels a bit loose. Oh, boom, boom. Yeah, there you go. I'll leave that one. I'll leave that one. I'll tidy that up later. Oh. Can't quite remember exactly how it goes, but yeah, ominous stuff. At some point, I'll get around to making like a proper entrance to the base as well, but that ain't today, apparently. Yeah, and then here the stuff's kind of weak, right? So now, when we come back round to this area, we're talking... actually needs a light source. I kind of feel like under the cauldron might be a cool spot, or... what's the other side of that? A dirt block? Hidden light source. Now, a copper bulb comes to mind. I could actually just use some candles there, couldn't I? I know, I'm going to go with a full block. I'm going to go copper bulb. So once again, like, you know, you want to do something like put one block in one place to do one thing, and look at how much faff emerges from your inventory. Oh, now I need to power it as well. This is just where I think some of this stuff starts to get a bit antiquated, you know? Oh wow, the redstone torch actually does more of the job than that thing. And then on this side, I could probably put a light source here. Probably the same type again. Okay, power it. One more then, since it's the front of the shop, and then that'll cover that. I'm missing a step. Glad I remembered. Right. That's that. Do I have any plans for this village? Do you mean the one over there? No, I do not. Did we get all the lighting out here? Yeah, I think we managed to. God, I swear I just heard a creeper sound. But yeah, even back here, is back here good? Oh, back in my own base is not good. Wow, a few spots. Okay, okay. Can't be having that, can we? I guess it makes sense. Like, I did some building here and just left some bits kind of unattended. I'll put one there as well, just in case there's something in that direction. Better safe than sorry kind of attitude. You can't blame Minecraft when you choose the most faffing light source. Well, the reason I choose that one is because there's not a lot of other options for having, like, delicate control over the light level, right? I hear skeleton bones. You know what it is? There's actually, like, a spot right up there that needs lighting up. And probably little spots behind this thing as well, yeah. Alright, let's check it out. So, more areas that need lighting up. Here we go. We don't want mobs up here, do we? So we give it a classic soft glow. I had plans to build something on top of this. It was gonna be like a water container, like a little water tub that you see on the top of a building. And then I had a better idea, and I forgot what that better idea was. I think it might have been a mini golem of some sort. But can you hear that sound? We're gonna go cheaty cam now to diagnose. Right, you're in here. You must have spawned down there and found a way across. In fact, that almost looks like exactly what you did, because where else? Where else did you come from except down here, where you wouldn't? Oh, you can. You can just about climb out of there. Okay. Interesting. Just about. Alright, and now the hills have got to glow. The hills have got to glow. It's not ideal, but it's just how you have to do things in this game. Oh, okay, I did empty that eventually. Achoo! Die, scum, die! Oh, you didn't even get a shot away. Didn't even get a shot away. Alright, well, I've nothing spawning down there, and maybe just here as well. Yeah, this is basically, like, I have an incentive to light up quite a lot of this. So we're probably going to go around doing this now. Just covering all of this kind of terrain. And that'll be, like, our job for the stream. You love buildings with dynamic lighters using shaders on. Survival mob spawns really bug me. Yeah, I get what you mean. Like dynamic lighting, you want it to change and stuff, and then it's very difficult to do. Yeah, I really think Mojang should add the beacon effect where you can stop mob spawning. I think that'd be super cool. But no, they're just going to add super cute stuff, basically. How do I get Mini HUD to just display 0 light levels and not all light levels? There's an option. And I selected it. Okay, what about, yeah, like down here. So if I put one directly below that, it's good enough to go up a level. Okay. Kind of don't like the fact that you just got like this ambient glow coming off your roof, but that's how it works. Yeah, they won't actually spawn on those spots because there's fence posts. And I think that's it. think that's it. Yeah, they're not going to spawn on those spaces, so we're good. Now, next, I kind of need to go and put a few bits and bobs around here. I swear, that happy gas keeps making like a bit of a creeper damage sound. Maybe it's just me. Yo, Mayor HRL, thank you for 2 months. Thank you for using your Prime subscription, my dude. Appreciate the support, and hope you enjoyed today's stream, man. You'd love to see vibrant visuals on Java. Well, they're coming. That's the plan. I'm not looking forward to it. I don't really like how they look at all. Never been a fan of shaders. However, this season, of course, I am using technically a removal of shaders, right? That's what the tech ended up being. Just a subtle removal of vanilla shaders. So I guess my theory maybe holds true that I don't like shaders. Right, the hills will glow. That is now the name of the game, making the hills glow. Trying to catch every little bit. And we're down another stack. Okay, we've got a little... we found a little something down here, haven't we? Oh, we've definitely found something. Can you give a PowerPoint presentation on how hermits light up bases? I could give you a PowerPoint presentation on how I light my base up, but I don't know about all the hermits, since I'm not all of the hermits. Shooting Joe with a spectral arrow? What, is that something you want me to do? Tier list? Tier list of what? Scar needs a presentation. Scar probably needs an intervention of sorts. Looks like a creeper hole. Part of me is now wondering if when all my buildings are finished, if I will want the hill to continue to glow. Like, I could have maybe finished all my buildings, added a barrier, and just left the area behind it dark. There might be a stream where I come back and remove all the glow like in. Probably not. Once you've done it, you just leave it. You're surprised that Scar hasn't destroyed the server with unintentional mob farms. Well, the game is quite robust these days for handling stuff like that. It's not like the old days where all of a sudden the game would start crashing and it's because a bunch of entities built up somewhere. Like, we haven't had actual issues like that in so long. The game's been very well optimized. And continues to be. Hard question, what's your favourite Minecraft block can be entities? Dev, you know I don't like questions like that. You know I don't like questions like that. 400 zombies with eggs in their hands. Yeah, like, that would have once crashed the game, but, like, these days, the server can take it. Xisuma back in the day void. I've said it one too many times today, have I? One too many times. This is a beautiful song. God, I love this soundtrack so much. What a pleasure. There's a bit that goes underneath the path over there. Can't be having that, can we? Wandering Trader! Where's that app? Not online. It says looking for Wandering Traders. Let's get back over here to this bit. What's my favorite kind of question? Probably something about like that gets the brain ticking over. Like less of a yes no, more of a like open-ended type thing. But questions about, I don't know, stuff that I'm into, curious kind of stuff, like I don't know, I like science and maths and physics and all of that. I like music. I like art and cinema. Has my Golem storage system ever broken on you at some point? No, not in a big way. Like, it's had its quirks, but I wouldn't say it's broken. No. It hasn't, like, you know, when you build a redstone storage system and it breaks, you know it. It hasn't done anything like that, actually. At least that I can think of. Like, even if I say it had a bit of an issue, it was just like probably something I overlooked, like I forgot to set up a filter, you know? So it's been very robust, very reliable, very happy with it. And actually, I think Mojang did a great job with the Copper Golems. The thing is, they sort of missed the target audience. This was supposed to be like a non-technical thing, and unfortunately, you need technical knowledge of what they're doing to set it up. So us technical players are probably loving it. Okay. And then we rock it back up again. See a bit of chicken. Hey X, there's a 42-year-old man discovering his love for Minecraft. Do you have... Oh, what happened there? That just disappeared. Huh. I don't know if you want to send that one again. It just sort of disappeared. Have I watched the new Superman movie? Nope. What's your favorite series and why is it The Sopranos? My favorite series is probably Breaking Bad. I just finished rewatching it. In fact, now I'm doing all the like the deep dive stuff, watching the retrospectives and the icebergs and learning about all the Easter eggs and stuff. I'm gonna watch Better Call Saul again. I'm gonna finish watching Stranger Things and then I'm gonna watch Better Call Saul. Because that show is amazing, absolutely brilliant, and I haven't rewatched it ever. Yeah, and Stranger Things, like season 5 is feeling really rough so far. It just like there's a couple of episodes early on that's like kind of good because it's getting going and stuff, but like it does not let up with just rewriting the history of the show. And like feeding it to you through characters talking to each other, and like the thing I dislike most, and why I don't like the superhero movies and stuff, I cannot stand like a supervillain talking and explaining themselves to their victim. It is just so annoying. Like they're in conflict with each other, and like one wants to kill the other, but oh, it's got to have a big speech and tell you why it's doing this and why it's doing that, and then. Oh, something's happened, and now, you know, it goes on. And, like, it is laying heavy into that. It is just non-stop explaining everything. And lots of what's going on in the show kind of feels like you could have made this an episode. This could have been part of the story, except you're just spoon-feeding it to us through flashbacks. It's like... it's sort of an example of the worst type of storytelling. Show don't tell, says NF Crips. Exactly, yeah. Apparently ChatGPT was used to write it. I doubt that somehow. I doubt that. Oh, this tune's a banger right here. I really didn't like Vecna getting introduced. Kind of ruined it for me. Yeah, I think the Vecna thing... The problem is, like, they got away with a bit of it, but now that they're doing Season 5, it's like they have to go further back and rewrite stuff. Like, what is the point of, like, adding it that Will made the tunnels. Like, so what? It doesn't do anything other than keep rewriting the past of the show. Stranger Things is a show where you keep coming back because the first season was so good. Season 1 was amazing. I feel like Season 2 kind of just like continues on the same feeling. And then Season 3 and 4 are a bit shakier, but still good. I mean, I can always appreciate that they have to rewrite certain stuff if you can't plan that far ahead. But then, like, couldn't they gone in a direction where you didn't make the story about retelling the story that you've already told? Especially through, you know, sworn enemies standing next to each other and talking. Like, ugh, it just... Yeah, not my thing, not my thing. It's why I don't like all the Marvel stuff and superheroes and stuff, because I just don't connect with that kind of like, oh, I've got superpowers and I'm going to stand here and tell you about them. You know, it just doesn't feel very real or like engaging. But I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to, you know, I've loved all the first few seasons and hopefully it'll have a good ending, but it's making me feel like, you know, season 5's kind of like, you know, it's over now. I get it, once are great, but like it was nice to see the characters again or whatever. Exactly why you like Batman. I mean, if you like it, if that's appealing to you, sure. It's just, it doesn't work for me. I like character development that you like see. You sort of go through it on screen with them. I don't like it when character development is just like dialogue that they feed to you. It's very, very unengaging for me. This right here is kind of the limit of where we're going to light stuff up. Like, I'm not going to light all the top right now. But like where it gets flat is kind of where we finish our business for now. In fact, I might use this little run here as like the perimeter, where we sort of say, right, now light everything in front of it. This music's got some energy to it, right? Using lichen to lighten up the place is a good idea. You'll be stealing that now. I'm surprised you haven't seen it before, actually. It's a very common thing that people do now, because it's a lot more of a discrete light source, and you can farm it easy, but it's like subtle. It's not a block. It can just sit on top of a block, and you'll see it. You'll see it like when, I don't know, you go past a base or something. You'll notice that like lichen glow covering the area. It shows you that there's a desire here to deal with light in a particular way, but if Mojang are noticing that or not, probably not. And we are getting close to being out here. Right, I think that's going to be sort of the edge of that range. And we're definitely going to have to go back and get more. Is there a plan for a mega base this season? Nope, I'm not doing a mega base. I'm doing a quadruple peta base. It's all just words, right? X, you are a big Minecraft server. Please contact and tell them about inventory problems. I am not a big Minecraft server. I am a Sumovoid. I am not a server. I don't think they want to listen. I think they've made it pretty clear that they don't think inventory issues are an issue. I mean, players have been really persistent and making a noise about it for some time, and I don't think they want to tackle it. You got to remember, Minecraft sits in this pretty cushy position as well, where like it's the one Minecraft game, right? Nothing's come close to taking its crown or even feeling that similar to it. I haven't played Hytale yet, and Hytale is, you know, probably a long way from feeling more complete, but point being, they can get away with a lot of bad decisions because there isn't really like a direct competition. This may be true of maybe more games than not, but there's a lot of games out there that like fit into a genre, and if it ain't good enough, people will go play the other one, you know? Take something like a sports game like FIFA. Very hard to carve a niche creating that kind of experience. But when your game is the niche, you know, the one of its kind, then the players have got what they got. So if you make great, mediocre, bad decisions, there isn't like something that's going to push people in the other direction. They can literally just add extra inventory room. Yeah, they can. It's not a solution. I don't think it addresses the underlying problem, but it would clearly alleviate some of the headaches without like being too much of a problem. Like, you know, extra line here. Okay, we had 2, we had 3, we had 4 lines. Then you can start to see how, okay, that's maybe a bit much. Like, that's gonna make a bit of noise. But point being, even just a little bit don't harm. Is it me, or is every stream lately just talking about the inventory? I guess it's because we're playing the game. We're just going to always encounter it. Yes, every streamer too. Brilliant, brilliant. They talk about inventory and food. Food is like, it just becomes a bit of a hangover. I think once again, like, you have to look at like what the game has evolved into and become to realize that like that initial survival challenge, which included managing your inventory, it's just not what the game is about anymore. People just do so much more advanced and interesting stuff with the game. And it leaves that old stuff feeling quite antiquated. Okay. Just getting those like odd 1s and 2s here. Let's do this as well. It's very easy to miss something. Quite a bit over there to do. And then maybe it was just up here. It's where the creepers are. Huh. Oh, now they're coming for me. They're coming for me, peeps. Oh, they're quite close. I didn't think they would get that close. Jeez. Leave X alone, you know. Just trying to light up a cave that you spawned in. Oh, and a skeleton too. Sniper man. Alright, you took yourself out. That's what you did. Oh, am I all out of lichen? Of course I am. Let's go make some more. Whew. You don't really like my solution, to be honest, for the inventory just doesn't feel vanilla. You just want bundles to be able to hold unstackables and sorting button like Terraria. I'm not sure that I've really explained my solution in much detail because I've taken a step back from saying specifics and talked a bit more in the abstract. Like, yeah, what I'm proposing isn't vanilla. That's the point. I think vanilla is the problem. Vanilla is a 15-year-old game. And what we do with the game is not what we did 15 years ago. We play it differently. We want different things out of the game now. That's why I think a radical redesign approach needs to be taken. And I know it won't. Like, I feel like if Mojang did address it, they're probably not going to go for something radical. You know, it's kind of like potentially jeopardizing. It's a big risk. Why would they? That's the thing. There's no competition, right? Like, they've got a monopoly here, essentially, with this game. Why would they risk, you know, risk their game to address one problem and people just keep playing it anyway. So, you know, I say that, and it could mean many things. It could mean many things. Dyer Watts here for 8 months. Do you think in British? I do believe I think in British, mate. I think that's how the brain works. What do you think about an option to expand your inventory as you progress through the game? If they overhaul the whole thing and they make it a nice experience and a worthwhile one, then yeah, I could see that working, but I would consider that to be like a minor detail. I think the important thing is fixing it. And lately, where I've been doing more stuff with like copper bulbs, it's started to feel like this using different tools is a bit of a hindrance, right? But if you had like a quick hot swap, which, you know, I've got this mod here, I'd probably redesign it a bit now, but like if this was a wheel for just having all of your tools, right? And you didn't have to store them in the inventory, they were just stored in like the ethereal space. Then, okay, I've got to use a different tool. Press a button, switch, bang, I'm using the other tool. Press a button, switch, bang, I'm back to using my sword. Like, that's so much quicker than wandering around trying to find things in an inventory, even if you're really organized like I am and it only takes a little bit of time. It's so much better that way around. Do you know what? There's no way we're going to use all of that. We just used much more of that and we've only got a tiny bit left to do, so we should be good. Merge tools into one. I would avoid that just because I think you then step a little further away from the Minecraft setup of having lots of different tools. And also, like, if you're playing in a world and all of a sudden your tools are invalid, like, what's going on there? I just think, like, a magic hot swap to, like, jump between any tool could be really, really awesome. And again, it, like, sits in an ethereal space, so it's not taking up inventory space. And then the same thing goes for building. Like, let's just have a material value. Okay, the extreme end of this is that we do away with stacks and you just have some sort of material value, right? And like you know, you do this and now you can place any type that you desire. It, you know, things like that might take away from doing stuff like smelting. Arguably quite a cool little Minecraft thing to change the state of blocks or contraptions. It all needs to be balanced. But the thing that it does is it reduces clutter. Right, we don't have to faff because the inventory's all of a sudden filled up with lots of little slabs and other little things just because you were trying to do a bit of building, you know? And that's important. Right, my actual job here isn't to light up caves, but I'll light them up a little bit. I mean, they're kind of near where stuff is going to wander out and come into this area anyway, so... Kind of looks like we got all of this now. That looks very good, doesn't it? So now we're going to head over to this bit here. Fable Noodle, thank you for 13 months. Much appreciated. Hope you're enjoying the stream, my dude. Thank you for subscribing, resubscribing, you know, supporting what we do here. You love it when I say faff. Faff is a new word. I mean, faff has always been a very British word, but Mumbo, I think, has been bringing it around this season. The season of faff. I like how, like, each season has its memes and its words and its little bits of cultural stuff going on. It's fun. And we should embrace the faff. Well, we shouldn't actually. We should fight faff, but you know what I mean. All right, that works. That works. Whimsy is another one. Yep. Where do you find the glow lichen? I find it in caves. Generates in lots of places in this game. Right, I think I'm going to stand up for the next bit of the stream. Is there a reason why there's a creeper in your armor stand, or is that a spoiler? Bear, that is a massive spoiler. I can't believe you would point it out. You've just jeopardized my next episode of Hermitcraft. Like, oh my god, someone's going to be like, oh, new episode. But I watched that live stream and there was that creeper and it's probably in the episode and I'm wasting my time. I'm unsubscribing. I'm now going to write a letter of complaint. I'm going to write A letter of complaint to this YouTuber who spoiled content. Oh, by the way, massive spoiler. Season 11 eventually ends. Oh my god, I did it. Just ruined the whole thing for you. Oh, you can't watch now, can you? Because it'll end. Oh my god. Also, Grian is Scar's father. What? Let's go over here. Oh, the betrayal. Harry Potter dies at the end. Alright. Spoiled it. Oh no, wait, that's the wrong movie, isn't it? Iron Man dies. I've never seen the Iron Man movies. You know why, though? Those weren't those some of like the very first Marvel ones? I could have quite easily seen them, I just never did. Don't know why. Maybe I just wasn't aware of them. Right, I think we're sort of approaching the cut-off line for now. The tint of the grass is changing over here. Yeah, I'm going to go about as far as that. For all this glowy hills that we're doing here. That's good. X, you have your first day of college next week. Do you have any advice? Oh man, I don't know. Like, where are you coming from? Are you nervous? You know, like, if I could just give you some broad advice in life, it is to apply yourself and try hard and like do the best you can. Which I know sounds just a bit like not helpful, but as a young person who was moody, emotional, directionless, and just didn't have a clue, the value, like the growth as a person, the value, it comes from, you know, taking things in life a bit more seriously and trying to be something and trying to do something, trying to make something of yourself. And college is a huge opportunity to learn, to meet people, to do something like that. Some of you might be going to college like I would have gone to college, some sort of moody young person not knowing what they're doing and not taking anything seriously. So like my advice would be take it serious. If you're already that person, if you're already like, hey, I'm going there to study, I know what I want to do in life, I want to be this profession or that profession, awesome. That is, you know, that is awesome and I wish you the best. As for like general practical advice, well, I never went to college, so there's not like a list of things. However, like when you move out for the first time, having a notepad and a pen ready to take notes might be a good idea. Like there's probably just going to be like a lot of stuff you need to take care of, and not forgetting might help. So like maybe take some notes. Biggest advice is to join clubs because that's how I met all my friends, says Bobcat. That sounds like some great advice right there, yeah. You're quite excited, but taking a few gap years to work and haven't been in a school setting for a while. I think you'll do all right. If you're excited, you'll do all right, you know. You'll figure it out. But yeah, lean into that, you know, have fun. I don't think I ever want to go back into a learning environment. I'm pretty traumatized by them. I know they'd be totally different as an adult, but where I'm at, I just enjoy what I do. And I haven't particularly found like a new passion that makes me want to go study it like in that kind of level. Because that's something you could do. You could change trajectory and just be like, hey, I'm going to go learn something and lean into that. But I haven't found a passion for that. And I've like explored a few things very mildly and never really felt like a big pull towards anything other than music, which I love doing and still do. But yeah, like in terms of having like another calling or feel like something to pursue, I've never really found that. So I don't think I'll find myself going back to like college. think I'm going to put a couple pieces just up the top here, because that bit feels kind of close. This is such a beautiful song, by the way. Whatever happens in the story when this song comes on, man, it's bringing the tears. I can't quite remember the details, but like some of the songs like articulate very powerful emotional moments in the story, and it's like when I hear the song, I feel that emotion again, you know? And the song has such a sense of like beauty and sadness woven into each other, you know. Like the transition, the passing of one moment to the next or something. It's Aeris's theme, is it? Oh my god, is this when she dies? Do you hear this? God, I tell you, as a kid playing this game, that made me cry so much. I was loving this story, and like Aeris was one of my favorite characters. And then she dies, and it's like, what? You can't do this. My favorite character, man. I teared up. You're about to go back to school for engineering after switching off it to study art. I love art, but I found over 6 years of working as an artist, I don't like the pressure of being my only income and it being very inconsistent. Fair enough, man. Also, I can't help but feel like a little bit of art would overlap with engineering quite well. Like, some people would say engineering at times is like art. You got to be creative in problem solving and solution finding, and yeah. Right. I might end up just doing all the top of this at some point as well, but not today. I think that's enough for now. We've given our entire base a subtle glow. And should we experience it together? Maybe with the power. Well, let's also say no sleep. Oh, yeah, right here, right now. Am I the only one online? Joe's online, so I'm putting it in chat as well. Do we see where it starts and it ends? Maybe not from just this spot. I really like the lighting changes in this game. The transitions between night and day feel so much more gratifying now. And the way everything is lit here with our shader setup. Kind of cool. You can see where it sort of starts and ends. But it just gives everything that kind of ambient glow. It's not too bad, but you can just see where all the lichen is, right? Gives like a jittery little pattern. Okay, what about from here? Do we like it? I think it's not so bad. If it were any brighter, I think I wouldn't be a fan of this, but it works. And then when we get up here, yeah, you see the cutoff again. I think it works. I think we get away with this one. Oh, look at that. It really pops out here around these edges. Okay. Yeah, I would say I'm actually pretty happy with that. The spyglass should really have like an adjustable zoom to it, shouldn't it? You know, like just wheel in, wheel out. I guess that would change the slot on your hotbar. Okay, what do we do now? Get back to the base, sleep, and then do some more projects. Hinamori, thank you ever so much for 1,000 biddies. Appreciate your generosity, my dude. Also, Fabled Noodle, subscribed, resubscribed. I think I did read that one out, but just in case I missed it, thank you again. Hey X, I have a redstone question if you are willing to answer it for me. Impulse recommended that I ask you. I want to make some melon slices stay in the chest so copper golems don't put pumpkins into it, so the auto crafter can keep making melon blocks. This is where you need to attach a filter powered by redstone to it. Let's go up here. What you need to do... Cheaty cam time. You see this here? Chest, that's the filter. That's a hopper, and it's locked by redstone. So the other side of the chest, take the signal, drop it down like this. The repeater carries across the signal into the block with the torch, which locks the hopper. So when it's unlocked, it then travels down into the barrel and so on. The reason you need this is because you want to keep melon slices in your chest. So you will balance the chest with a few stacks of items, and then you only really need one. You could do this with a single chest as well. One piece of melon. So if I go over here, or over here, no, it's probably in the food one, actually. Melon slice, right? So when the golem puts in melons into the chest, it will go here, but it will only put in melons if it finds one in here. If you put pumpkins in the same chest, it will go through the same filter. So, yeah, you only need one piece of melon in there. But you need other blocks to balance the signal strength, right? Because you're using comparators, it's reading the contents. So you have junk items here, and then you put your slice... Like, put it in the bottom right corner. You could put the junk items down here as well. Then all the melons that make their way into the chest from the copper golem will go in the top and move on somewhere else. So if you put two of these in a row, one of them can be melon, one of them can be pumpkin. There is another way of doing this, and it happens to be where we're going next. But it has a downside, which I'll show you. And it was something I was going to change this, and then I realized it's probably not worth it. The other way of doing this is making it so that you have one item first, wheat, for example, and then the next chest can be empty. But that's because I only have wheat and seeds coming out of this farm. Now, the problem here is that once this fills up, which is close to doing, it'll start putting them in there and break this. And I was going to add a crafter to this, right, to automatically turn it into wheat blocks, but then that would break that. I guess... no, there isn't really a great way to do it. I mean, I guess what you maybe could do is have a hopper pointing into the crafter, and then you use the signal strength of what's in here to power the crafter, and that means that you would keep a stockpile of wheat inside your hopper. But I can see that you can make it work, but it wouldn't be like the most elegant thing going. Right, for sorting stuff away later, all of the junk that we just accumulated gets to go in there. And then I need to probably just craft this up into that for now to stop it from breaking. Okay, and then like, just leave one in there. False, coming in with the raid. Thank you so much, False. Very much appreciate it. Thank you for powering our sugarcane farm. Oh, that thing looks like it's full. It's full! It's full already. I guess that guy's just been plopping those in there for now. Welcome all the raiders. We just got done lighting up the mountain around here. I got so much junk to sort away from this project. Hey, it's still nighttime, so you can kind of see what we've done. This is the beginning of our stream was to light everything up, so no mobs are actually going to spawn around this whole area, which is super awesome. Just a thing that needed doing at a point in time, you know what I mean? False says, wait, what am I doing there? You're stopping the note block from making lots of sounds. But this also means that the sugarcane is powered by False. Our wheat farm is powered by Etho. And we're out of blocks. Not surprised to see that. Not surprised. I guess the place to actually get the blocks from is just back here. I won't use eggs, because eggs hatch. We don't want hatching. Yeah, so one more stack and put that back. Cool. That was an easy fix. LA's confused the hell out of you. Are they trying to throw resources at the note block? That is exactly what they're doing. You can't spawn up there. Naughty. Glad you weren't a creeper. Okay, let's see what's going on, because we just did a whole bunch of this. Oh, I guess there are a couple of bits, right. Well, I just had all the like in, didn't I? Guess we've got to grab some back. Guess I need... Oh, just always in need of something else. This feels like an area something could spawn. In fact, I think they're sort of just up there, aren't they? Well, that seems to have done the trick for now. Very good. Maybe a little bit more around here. And one further down too. Am I going the right way? Temporary, of course. This kind of messes with the lighting we got around here. What's the one up here, though? It's on top of the piston. Huh. I guess we want to get a slab. Where are my stonecutters gone? My stonecutters aren't there. I don't recall using them somewhere at all recently. What the heck? Now that the base is lit up, you'd give it a glowing review. Thank you, thank you. Alright, so... let's have a look. Something's going on here. I can't place it where I want to place it. No, not like that. Maybe I can do that. There you go. Just about, just about. Gosh, so awkward, isn't it? Hey X, I love music but never learned to play any instruments. Now I'm in my 30s and I'm a truck driver. I was thinking about purchasing one of those electric keyboards and taking it on the road with me to learn and practice. Just do it, man. Just do it. That's a great idea. Go for it. And if you want to learn, there's apps on the iPads that teach you how to play piano. I'd recommend looking into them. You can get like 30-day trials. Try them out. Find one that works for you. That's what I've been doing. I've been learning for an app. Might not be the most optimal way, but it works. You know, it gets me playing every day. And that's what I'm going to do after the stream. Actually, is play some of that. You're supposed to be sleeping instead. You're watching another Xisuma stream. You know what I say about that? Get your Z's. Get your Z's in, people. Let's go look at what's next. I made some notes. Not here. Off camera. Oh yeah, I gotta make some logs, get some logs, make some hoppers, but the main thing is doing dye farms and getting a concrete maker together. Those will probably fit nicely over here. So like, dye farm there, concrete maker there, I think is what we're gonna go. Get your Z's, but also your X's. Well, Z's is, asleep. Xisuma an iPad kid, says Mystoria. I have an iPad. I'm not an iPad kid. I don't know quite what that means. But I have an iPad. I'm using it right now for streaming. It's how I control certain things on my stream, like this. Just press a button on my iPad and it appears like magic. Pretty cool, right? I guess I kind of already started clearing this space out a little bit. Technically speaking. Let's take out a bit more because the next wall will be there. So, yeah. Dye farm, concrete maker. That's kind of the plan right now. That's one cute animation. I've got more. There's more animations, believe me. Guitar animation. How about that? We were talking about music. Which is a common theme here on the channel, I guess. Oh, have I put that at the wrong height? I have. There's a lays behind that wall. That's why they're making so much noise. They're being annoying even when I've hidden them away. Alright, so if you've seen the last couple of streams, we've been building little farms that like sit in these spaces. So technically we've got like pink and yellow dye covered here. We're going to do the next 4 flowers, and they were somewhere like here, somewhere waiting to go, but maybe not anymore. Maybe not. I should have them all in here. Yep, they're here. Not quite. I mean, I'm gonna leave a gap. You know what I mean? I don't want to forget about that. That's important. We're gonna put these on moss blocks. Moss is nice and colourful. And we'll need some tough blocks around here as well for decorative stuff. So, like you got to think about like quite a few factors here. Like in a 3 wide space, why couldn't it be 4 wide? You kind of want dispensers, and then you want those dispensers to be able to easily access the bone meal. Then each one needs an individual clock. The guitar design is based on an Ibanez. My friend has a guitar with a very similar color scheme. Let me go see the animation for myself. I have to change something on my other screen to see it. Oh, dude, it's that guitar. Yeah, that's based on my 7-string. I like playing like Korn and Gojira on that guitar. Awesome. Such a cool animation. My ender chest does everything. That is the point of it. It has everything I need. So I don't have to faff around when wanting to do a job like this. We need to craft some dispensers. So like if I have the dispenser there, then where does the bone meal get into it? And where does the clock go? And how do you activate the clock? I think I'm also trying to keep stuff like this perfect. I think what we might do is go in a bit further like that. Yo, the 9 Gods. Good to see you, my dude. 119 months. Absolutely incredible support. 1 month away from the Evil X badge. I appreciate you, my dude. Thank you for sticking around for so long. Cheeky posture check for you, chat, says Bear. Oh, it's a cheeky one. Cheekily checking your own posture. Filthy. All right, let's get a stone cutter in my bag. And then we're out of lodestones, but they'll go here. And then, do you know, I've enjoyed doing these little design things in survival lately. It's not usually how I do it. I'm sort of picturing like a couple of hoppers with a chest on top of it. So maybe if this thing actually pointed down, it might work a little better. Also, we don't technically have to have those raised. I think I like the idea of them being raised. I don't know why I like that idea, I just do. Okay, we're going to need observers. We're probably going to end up using sticky pistons. Or an alternative method would just be to have them powered and power the dispenser as a lock. Interesting. Yeah, I can kind of see... I can see bits of how that would work, but not all of it. There's also like alternative places I can put things. Another thing is if I start using hoppers in different positions, I think like the flowers. Actually, don't they like duplicate from the base? So they wouldn't hop up. So if the dispenser was at this level here, and then the chest was on top of it. Like that. I can see this working. The only thing is, like, you're going to end up with other blocks a little too close to it. Right. How do you craft dispensers? That's a good question. We're going to need to chop some logs later, that's for sure. Cobblestone. We need cobblestone. There's some cobble. There's some cobble. Huh. You've been convinced to go to sleep. I imagine you're not there anymore. But, good decision. Good decision, mate. Did I, properly close that up? Did I seal it? I think I did. Right, so probably don't need the pistons, actually. No crafting bench. Okay, just bows first, yep. And now I don't have any redstone. Oh, I'm a little low. Okay. I think the trick was to make droppers, right? Oh, now I need more red. Oh my god, this inventory is foul. All of a sudden, it's utterly foul. It's hurting my brain. Yeah, you make droppers first, and then you shift those in. That's the trick. That's the trick right there. Right, now we've made a bunch of those, thank goodness. So yeah, you have that side by side, but then you're going to want to end up like covering the edge of the chest to like seal it all. But maybe I just won't bother. I like always do that, and it's just like you don't have to cover every little nook and cranny in this game, you know? Yeah, I think this is going to work. We'll also go and grab some bone meal for this. Should probably get that running again at some point. Oh no, I've forgotten something, kinda. Haha. Haha, no, oh, boo. I thought, well, maybe. Oh, can I make it work? I'm seeing ideas in my head and then realizing, nope, that doesn't quite work. Oh, I guess there's a way I can do this with pistons. I kind of wanted to avoid that. Maybe if I use a different type of redstone clock here or something. So it's like this would be our target block right here. Now it's going to need to be tileable, which makes things awkward. And then you can power that block, and then you have to send it to a piece of redstone dust, and no, it's not tileable. Could, in theory, do it with a pressure plate on either of these. That would make the interface a little bit awkward. Because then you're... Actually, yeah, you could put the lever there. That's maybe where the flexibility comes from. So now... it feels really close to being doable. Not quite, not quite. So that block could then extend itself to here. That's not going to work. Mud on hopper. What? Mud on a hopper? Oh, you're thinking to collect the items automatically. That's I'm not concerned about that. That's not what I'm doing here. That's not really part of the plan. I think I might see a way it can be done. No. If I put a redstone torch in that, now we're powering this thing directly. We don't want that either. I guess you can go a block lower here. Like, actually, no, you can't. If you go a block lower using redstone. This is one of the things about torches and stuff. I kind of wish there was like a sort of like a A way to directly transmit a signal downwards, because you can do that without it being on a wire. Otherwise, you'd have to use like a moving component. So can you use that as a tileable override? I don't think you can. You can do that. That's not direct, like that's too direct. Did that work? That's the one that needs to go back in the chest, isn't it? There we go. Target block. No, target block doesn't do it. One thing I could do is just use the side. Like, I'm thinking one wide. I could use this space here and do the same thing on the opposite side. So you would have like a bit of carpet or something to hide it. So you would put your dust there. And that should make it a little more flexible. Okay, so if we have clocks pointing into that, we just need to, like, intervene, essentially. By powering this, which is now incredibly simple. That's another very common thing with redstone, is that you try and think compact and, like, one wide a lot, and it's not necessarily what you need to do. Okay, so that locks it. Alright, so same thing on this side. Now we can put the redstone there. And it's going to point into the block that overrides the next thing we're doing. So that goes there. Right, there you go. Now, a couple of levers, which we've already got. Pretty simple, right? Might be able to do this. Could possibly do it another way, but I'm not gonna worry about it too much. So let's go get some tough blocks. These types. So we're going to have one there, one here. We'll put in some carpet. Whoops. I can make the carpet right here, can't I? Which kind of makes me think those blocks should probably be moss as well, right? To fit with the theme. And then lodestones running all the way into the middle or something. Okay. Oh! Forgot about that. I forgot to change it back. Whoopsie. What do we need? Do we make the chiseled ones? They're made out of slabs, aren't they? So we make those blocks, and then we need some iron ingots next. So on the inventory management thing, like, how long have I been playing the game for? 5 minutes? And look at the state of this inventory again. You can blame the player if you want, but, like, it could be a better experience if you didn't have to think about it. That's looking okay, isn't it? Right, now the rest of it's going to be quite easy to put together, I think. Oh no, wait, we're going to do that there. Where'd my levers go? I guess I changed the block and never put them back. Also, I kind of like the idea of them facing the other way around. Don't ask me why, I just like that. Okay, one more of those there. And now we do the redstone bit. And then some carpet. And if ever there was a place to put a light source, it would be right there. Okay. Kainatis, thank you so much for 3 months. Appreciate you resubscribing, my dude. Thank you for using the Amazon Prime. What are we making today? We're making some dye farms. I've kind of realised that I'm dye poor. I just don't have the dye thing sorted out yet, so I put that on the priorities list, you know. And here we are doing it. Oh, look at this inventory. Okay, I guess we do it that way first, so we can see those blocks go in. Then we put those ones in. Now the how? Oh, I do have. I was gonna say, how do I only have one left? There's no way that's right. I do have more. Then hoppers, and you know what I haven't been using? I haven't been using this as much as I should. I really need to get in the habit of using that more. I say it all the time. Such a good mod. I wonder who designed it. What a great question, chat. Who did design that? Yeah, I feel like the light source could possibly have one there. We could possibly just put some on the other side of the chests as well. Let's pick a different light source. Something that looks a little more fitting for the area. Ugh. Right. Lodestone can go in here. Stone blocks are junk. Slabs are junk. Iron ingots. Too much thinking. I wish there was a button that just like sorted everything out for you. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Right. Let's go ahead and put that block there. Put a little light right there. That's nice. That's soft. Now it just needs a little roof. And where does the roof go to? It goes to those blocks there. So it'll be slabs, won't it? It'll be slabs. Might already have some. We sure do. Yeah, that's a nice little cozy spot, I think. Maybe just put a few more slab things around here. Oh, do you know what? I can fully surround them if I use stairs as well. Well, that makes me happy. Because the stairs won't connect to the walls, right? So we'll go ahead and do that. If we can, it'll be very awkward. Like this. Ugh, bang my head. Okay, and then we have to be wary of like light levels like this now. Do I have the thing on? They might. Oh my god! Look, see, they can already spawn there. That's not quite the way I wanted it. Oh, come on. What is going on here? Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then all of this. And get slabbed. And then I can get out of here. Sweet, right. Now you got the means to, oh, do you have the means? You can't actually click on the chests at the back. What a great time to learn that, hey? What a great time to learn that. I guess you just break the thing, then fill it up with bone meal, don't you? That's how that works. Kind of lame. I'm just gonna let it be. This can be a flawed contraption for now. Let's get some dyes. Whee! Alrighty then. That stuff can go in here. These things can go in there. Light sources. That goes over there, and... Whew, inventory slightly sorted again. Alright. Pretty happy with that. I gotta say, I kind of don't like the way the lodestones go all the way into the middle, though. I think we'll just put moss blocks there. We got a noise in the... It's another Prime subscription. Thanks for using your Amazon Prime, my dude. It is Chris Carton Spiel. Thank you so much for your support. I hope you're enjoying the stream today. Remove the flower to fill. Yes, that's the way we have to do it. I just, after doing all of that and putting all the blocks in and then seeing that problem, I'm like, whatever. Also, is it me or did we not get... Oh, look. We didn't pick everything up, that's why. Feels like we didn't use the full bone meal. Anyway, these are dyes now. As I said, I'm dye poor. And we're finding a way to top them up. That's what we're doing today. We're full on that one, so it can go in here. Do I have a specific goal this season? Yes, to entertain y'all. Speaking of entertaining y'all, I'm gonna leave y'all for a minute. I'm gonna go make a cup of tea. Hope you don't mind. I won't be long. And you might hear me whistling, because last time I went, apparently you could hear me whistling in the other room. But yeah, I'm going to go boil the kettle, which will probably take a while, so I'll come back up and then I'll make a cup of tea. Here's a fun story. Yesterday, I recorded myself singing and playing guitar, and when I listened to it back, whoo, I did not like it. I did not like it one bit. I was like, delete that, that's embarrassing. Kettle's gonna take a minute to boil. As you might expect. What are we doing next? We're building a concrete maker. That means that I am probably gonna go into a different world. Spokey says, music screen still up, as it should be. I'm on break. Give me a break, I'm on break. Also, I'm doing some stuff that I don't want you to see, so, you know. Heart Gamer says, Xisuma we can't see. Oh, open your eyes. Easy. Just open those eyes. Writing in my chat, how dare you? X, can you drive? If so, what do you drive? I can drive, and I drive a car. It's got 4 wheels, it's black, and I use it to get from A to B. Crazy, right? Just crazy. You like the album covers? They're cool. I like them too. Well, I found where I want to go, and I'm going to go and sort out the tea now. This is me leaving the room. Bye. I'll be back in a minute. back, people. I'm back. I'm back. I need to sit down. My energy levels today have been a bit weird. I was very energetic this morning. Cleaned the house top to bottom. Did a big workout, a really good workout. And then I ate. I ate a bit later than usual. I ate about 2 o'clock. And it was just like, after I ate, I just felt like quite tired. And then after I had my second meal, I've also felt quite tired. Like not like sleepy tired, just like ugh. Food knockout. Nah, I didn't really feel like food coma. I don't know, it just felt really strange. But, yeah, I don't know. It's just like that sometimes, isn't it? So, this is what we need to build. And I could take a screenshot, but I know I'm going to come back into this world. But a screenshot will help. But we need a concrete maker, and this is a classic design that we can rely on, so... My wife was that way when she was pregnant. Congrats! I'm pregnant! Clearly! By the powers of anecdotal evidence. I hope there's enough space for this thing. It looks like there should be. You made bear snort. Right, the other thing is, this thing's actually designed to be quite contained, so I think I'm going to follow that form and push it 1 block further, so that this acts as more of an entrance to that bit. It should be pretty doable. It needs a door. So that looks mighty fine. I think I'm going to put slabs on top of it, though. Okay. Does that work? I think that works, yeah, that works. Ugh, I'm getting elytra jumps. Now, what kind of door would go there? We use bamboo in this other one. Maybe warped. Actually, I only need 2 of those, don't I? Where's the crafting bench? I tidied it all up. Let's have a look-see-loo. Yeah, that's all right, isn't it? That's all right. So you go in there, and then you're going to have a chest on the ground. Oh, I tell you what, this don't look like it'll fit, because that thing will power it. And that thing doesn't actually have to be facing that way. This thing can be, like, oriented differently. Thank goodness. Oh, saved. Saved. Okay. Well, we need chests and multiple hoppers next. FF7 equals best game ever, says Mr. LQ. I happen to agree. My favourite games of all time, Final Fantasy VII, Minecraft, and Doom. Those are the ones. Those are the ones right there. You beat it like 15 times. I think I only ever beat it once, but boy oh boy do I love its story. I think I'm going to put a block down there. Again, I want to use like a light source, but because I don't want to use a full one, and I want it to be a full block. This is where we faff again. This is where I moan about the inventory. So like, it's that, and then it's something else. Let's tidy up as we go along a little bit. Down to 1 bulb now. Dang. You're so bored I came here to watch you, says Purbalace. I mean, that almost sounds like an insult. I am so bored that oh God, I'll watch Xisuma then. It's okay, I can take it. What is your process when adapting or inventing a redstone machine to fit your purpose? Do you take inspiration from other builds, or do you use your knowledge of Minecraft mechanics to build them? I generally start with my own knowledge, and if I get really stuck, I might go look at other people's stuff, but the process is born out of, I guess, knowing a fair bit about redstone. So, like, when I decide I want to make a farm, there's usually some end goal. Last season, we did a lot of, like, maximum stuff, you know, like, what's the most we can get out of this farm, that kind of attitude. Sometimes it's different. Sometimes it's like you have other objectives, like how can I make this fun? And that's generally sort of what I start with, is knowing kind of what the end goal is. But I've done some redstoning in between seasons that's not been about that. It's just been about exploring the possibilities of redstone. So there's many different approaches you can take. Like, it was interesting to do redstone for redstone's sake. Like making circuits that are a bit more about like logic and stuff, as opposed to redstone Minecraft contraptions. But it's the same thing in a way. It's like you have an end goal, like you might do for creating a farm. So you kind of end up in the same place sometimes. Oh, this is a hopper as well. Just noticed that. These two are hoppers, as they should be. So now we need like dropper, observer, and a piece of redstone. Probably more than one. And then this is where my screenshot is going to reach its limitation. I know there's a hopper. Is there a hopper somewhere behind that? I'm sure there is. Maybe not. Okay, so block here. Block there with the redstone. And then the observer here. What did I just pick up? It made a pickup sound. Maybe a block of stone. Boop, boop. There is another trapdoor. Right there. I think that's a waterlogged one. Now we need some obsidian. But I'll probably place that last. I could have made it crying obsidian. That emits light. Actually, it emits a lower light level as well. I never get bored. My brain distracts me, and sometimes I go on a tangent. But everything is pretty much fascinating or cool. Faychild, that's the way I feel. I'm never really that bored. I'm usually between things, you know, if I'm air quotes bored. Do we have Linksy in chat? I see someone saying hey to Linksy, but I don't see a message. Oh, there you are, Linksy. Hey, dude, how's it going? So, yeah, look, there is. Oh, that's why there's a gap, so you can reach the chest. Okay. So, we've placed that. It's just double chest into hopper. And that's the whole contraption, if I remember correctly. Nothing behind there. Alright, let's go ahead and finish that. So, very simple stuff. Back onto Hermitcraft. Linksy mentioned, says Ruby. Linksy's in chat, my dude. Hanging out in the chat. Say hello if you want to. Bam. Linksy, did I get to show you what I went and built after you showed me that whole thing with the map? I think I sent you some messages, actually. I think we talked a little bit about it, but I ended up getting like the impetus I needed to start my next episode and do something cool to kick it off. So thanks for sharing that. That was a cool little thing. And I've got more ideas to do with it, but kind of waiting on Gem now just to see what she wants to do with the Nether Hub. And when we know, we'll introduce some more of that technology. Here we go. Down into that space, put one there. Just blocks all over the place. Right. That's more like it. Now I need a couple of slabs, maybe put blocks like that. It is a bit dim in here, but that's the way we have the lighting around here, so I'm going to leave it. Okay. You saw the episode, but you haven't seen anything else. Yeah, that's all that was it. It was really, was the beginning of that episode. We'll do the Nether stuff soon, I'm sure. I think I'm going to put a piece of glow lichen in there. Okay, so what am I forgetting? It is this. Yeah, that's definitely needed. Water will go in here. And then you're kind of good. We just need the roof. Let's do it all with slabs. That looks like a place things would end up spawning in. That's it right there. Bucket of water and we're good. Every time I do water, it's like you got to use 2 to make more. Because that's the way it's all done in my little system. There you go, concrete maker. I happen to need some red concrete. I guess we should give it a little trial run. After we tidy up the inventory yet again. And that's kind of good, actually. It's kind of good. Right. So, bit of that, and a bit of that. I've got some more there as well. Probably more than enough. A whole stack? Why not? Why not? So I think what you do is like this. Shut the door behind you. Load this, well, I'll do it for the sake of a demonstration. You thought I wanted to use crying obsidian for this. I just mentioned that it could work there, that was all. Crazy story that not many people would believe regarding John Carmack. Myself and 3 friends were at QuakeCon and just watched the preview for Doom 3, went outside and talked trash about it and said Half-Life 2 was going to be so much better. And John Carmack was literally about 20 feet away from us listening to our conversation. And when we realised it, he stormed off into his car and drove away. Interesting. I wonder if he changed the trajectory of that game somehow. Like he went back and revised it. Or yeah, I was going to say, this is another thing, right? Like, it always happens. I think actually what I need to do is change the way I've slabbed it. So let's go put more blocks in there and change the slabbage. But yeah, they always end up going through the walls. It's like just a quirk of this contraption. Should maybe like redesign it so it doesn't do that somehow. I think it might just be the proximity to other blocks around it is the problem. I guess we need them there is kind of an issue. I'm going to center this kind of on this bit here, right? Like that. That's where I think we need it, and maybe there as well. So we'll put our slab back, and then we'll slab that. And I'm just going to go a bit crazy and slab all of that as well. And maybe even this bit on the side. And then hope it solves it. Not going to test it again, but yeah. I need that for a little project, so I think I'll keep it there for now. And there you go, full stack. Put away our dye. Alright, next thing will be getting some hoppers and chests crafted up. And in general, just chop down some trees for a little bit. Whoops. Hello, dear Shishwami Void. How is your day going so far? Much love. Keep being awesome. Thanks for a nice message. It's going great. Thanks for asking, dude. My days lately have been a little bit, like, repetitive, right? Like, very much same thing every day, but, like, I kind of love it as well. Didn't knock over your tea, did you? Nah. I would have made much more of a panic noise. Just looking at the time, I think rather than go do the next activity, which I'm going to do anyway in a minute, I've got a hot cup of tea. Let's do a bit of Q&A type stuff, right? Like, I'm just going to sit here and chat now. So if you've got any burning questions, now's your one opportunity. Because I'll never answer any questions again. I'm joking. I'm joking. Here we go. Hi. I'm gonna drink some tea. What's my favourite town in the UK? Oh, I don't know if I can say I have a favourite town. I mean, I've been to some cool places, right? I love going to London, but London's not a town, so who knows? I don't exactly have a short list of places I go back to. Do I like coffee? Admittedly, I do, but I try not to drink it too much. What do I think of ad blockers? They block ads. Got one, Thirst guitar pedal. I can't remember what... Actually, I do. I got a death metal pedal back in the day, and it was pretty pants. The best pedal I've got, though, was the one made by the guy in Periphery. I forget the name of it. Something Drive. It's absolutely brilliant tone you get out of it. Especially if you want to play modern, gent kind of sounding metal. Do I have a list of all the client-side mods I have for Hermitcraft? Yep, we have the Hermitcraft mod pack and my client-side mod pack. Linktree. You can find them on Linktree. X, do you have a list of all the... Wait, that was the one I just read. Favourite Hermitcraft season? I'm going to say 2, 6, 7... Maybe season 9 for Decked Out. I don't know. 9 and 10 were both really good. Do I miss Corrales, says Ruby Sun? I both do and I don't, because I was chatting to Corrales just the other day. But love Corrales. I mean, he's not exactly missed right now, because he's, like, yeah. What mod is it you guys use that allows you to use custom skins for armor and items? We don't use mods, it's all data pack driven. And resource pack driven. Has anyone ever told you that you sound like Weasleys on Harry Potter vs. Luke Skywalker ERB? No, they haven't. Am I stoked for Decked Out 3? Nah, not excited at all. Honestly, the whole concept seems a little bit boring to me, you know? Oh, making a game inside of a game. Big whoop, big whoop. Big whoop. Banana says, what's your favourite words? Words, because without the word word, we wouldn't know what word we're wording about. What would you add to the end? A finale. I'd add a finale to the end. What do I think about Kratos' picture in Minecraft? I think it's glorious. Why copper armor? Oh, because it's the best armor in the game. Have you watched Dead Poets Society? I haven't watched it again yet. It's top of my re-watch list. I'm going to watch Stranger Things. I'm going to watch a couple of movies, and then I'm going to watch Better Call Saul. I like just being into one thing at a time. So I'm going to squeeze in a few re-watches of some classic movies. Donnie Darko's on there. But Dead Poets Society is like one of my favourite movies of all time. Without a doubt. And it'll probably make me tear up again, I imagine. Have I heard of the improv group Shoot From The Hip? I have not. Better Call Saul, go. Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing, but is it better than Breaking Bad? I feel like you can't even compare them, even though they're both from the same universe. Have I heard or read any good audiobooks lately? I'm listening to one at the moment that I'll probably talk about when I finish it. And I think I might listen to Bryan Cranston's one after. Or at some point in the future. Do bees have knees? If not, why do people say bees knees? I think they say it because it rhymes. Would I ever recreate Doom in Minecraft? No, I would not do a project like that. However, if you watch episode 666 of Hermitcraft, I mean, there's like major overlap in that episode. Have I listened to the artist Ren? I have, yeah. Thoughts on the parallel world theory? I think there's at least 2 of those theories. Come on. Come on! That was good. That was good. Any artists you regret not being able to see in concert? Oh, absolutely. I mean, ones that, like, never seeing the original Pantera comes to mind. There's so many. Never saw Rollins band, but some stuff was just before my time, you know. And then there's other stuff where it's like I missed out on the opportunity. I missed out on seeing Outkast. A lot of classic hip hop artists. Like imagine seeing Tupac live or something, right? Michael Jackson, yeah, I could have seen Michael Jackson when I was a kid, but you know my parents didn't take me to concerts then, so I know a lot of other kids my age would have gone and seen him in concert. How would you rate the questions for this Q&A? With peanuts and a knife. With peanuts and a knife. Rollins' spoken word is a good time. Seen him twice. I've seen Rollins do spoken word maybe at least 7 or 8 times, and his voice was really helpful to me at a time when I needed it. The last couple of times I saw him, I start to feel like some of his politics are a bit idealistic, and you know, I always enjoy listening to him talk, but I feel like I've grown a little bit past some of his perspectives now. Our sliced peanuts good, says AC and I just put 2 random things together, and for some reason it was peanuts and a knife. My album is awesome. What is your favorite guitar technique ever? I'd say favorite technique is probably like, it's hard to answer really. I think it's learning to like chug, like that sort of thrash metal gallop. The thrash metal gallop, the chugging. I really like that kind of stuff. Do the other hermits know how you look or ever been in a video call on the Hermit Discord? Well, you know, we do all of our all of our meetings are done over video call. We all know what each other look like. It's the only way we would choose to do things, you know. Do I play acoustic guitar at all? Every now and then something pulls me in. Like I was learning to play one of Billie Eilish's songs and try and sing it at the same time, and like I've made a habit of doing that every day. And then one day I didn't, and then it falls apart. Like, and now I haven't tried again for months. But no, I don't really play acoustic. But yeah. Will you ever reveal your face? Not the Scream Guy, Masters Jard. Nope. Not even to my own family. Scream mask is all they're getting. What's the most useless skill you're oddly proud of? I don't know. I don't know. Some of these questions I just don't have the answers for. What's my opinion on Red Hot Chili Peppers? I chop them up sometimes and chuck them in my cooking, you know. They're alright. A little, yeah, if you put too much in though, it's a bit much. Is it Peak or Better Bundle that lets you scroll through your items in your bundle? It's Better Bundle. What's a goal you have or something weird but odd you really just want to do? I don't actually have any goals. Like, I don't set goals for myself. I kind of like work in a direction, but I don't put an end result on it. I mean, I guess if anything I had that was a goal at the moment, it's like my thing over the last couple of years has been to like take regular breaks and go on holidays, and now I'm a bit more like invested in thinking about like where to go and like what to see in the world. Chester Bennington or Chris Cornell? Never really got that exposed to Chris Cornell stuff, so it'd have to be Bennington. Dissing Red Hot Chili Peppers, says Powerboss. I wasn't dissing them. I was saying, you know, I'll put them in my food sometimes. You got to put in the right amount for it to, like, you know, work. If your keyboard suddenly gains sentience, what's the first secret it'd expose? Maybe my password, because it's probably, like, the most typed thing on it, right? Like, that's the thing you'd probably... Oh, although I send a lot... You know, I chat a lot on Discord, and... Sometimes I just think, like, how much information is there? Like, how many messages I was sent? So probably, like, the might be the most common word. You know? What's the silliest song title you've heard of? Oh, my God. I used to listen to absolutely filthy, ridiculous grindcore offshoot stuff that had, like, the most offensive song names you can think of. I won't repeat them because they're only just going to be utterly, you know, complete and utter like shock value stuff. So I definitely know some ridiculous song titles. What's my favourite thing in Minecraft that can go in a bucket? An axolotl. Sephiroth! Just remembered this song. Sephiroth! Grindcore names are definitely not PG, says Zero. Yep, you know. Right. It's time for X to take a break from the computer. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed today's stream. I will be back again Saturday morning. That is at least the plan that I have for now. And as you may know, my plans always seem to change. So I'm sure something will come up and I won't be streaming Saturday morning. I guess I will be if I say I won't, right? But if I say that, then, oh, who knows? Who's a raid? What is garlic phone? I'm being recommended garlic phone. It's a strange thing. Let's find I'll tell you what. Wait. How do I do this without messing everything up? Right, random Minecraft channels. Let's go find someone with not a lot of viewers today, yeah? I mean, no other hermits are streaming or anything. Here we go. We're down. Alright. Someone's doing some PvP training. They can get a raid. Alright, random channel today, peeps. Enjoy it and have a great whatever the rest of your day is. I will see you all later. Take care. Bye-bye.